We're going to start with middle school, and the idea will be middle school season by season will come up, they will receive a medallion, they'll stay on the stage, the coach will then give specific people awards, they'll step out of the line, accept their award, step back into line as one team, then at the end, a good idea for a picture, and then we'll go through the next sport. And so that'll be kind of the order of things, and then we'll get to high school. So thank you very much for taking your seat. If you would please bow your heads with me for a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the year that we've had, especially in athletics. We're thankful for our athletes and their abilities and their talents that we are hopefully using to glorify you. And we know, Lord, that you have given us all blessings and all gifts, and we are expected to use it for you. I'm so excited and proud to be able to have Madison accept these trophies and awards, and I ask that you help them to see them as something that you are honoring them with to use for your glory. It's in Jesus' name that we play and that we pray. In his name, amen. Okay, so we're going to start with cross country. So elementary, middle school, cross country, come on up. Cross country, come right up on stage. Try not to bump the tables. Right up on stage. Okay, and Michaela and Eden will give you a medallion. And once we have everybody.
Okay, well, while they are passing out the medals there, I just want to thank my coaches that helped. Jenny was a big help, and then, I don't know if Erica Kelly was here, but she was also a huge help, so I could not have done it without them. I also want to mention that, hold on, some team awards that they got. So middle school boys took 4th place in the team awards, and upper elementary girls took 5th place. Okay, so I'm going to start out by giving Cheetah Awards, which is basically the fastest in each category. So there's 3 for girls and 3 for boys. So for our lower elementary girls, they had to run 3/4 of a mile. And the fastest time was 6 minutes and 32 seconds, and that was Lulu Adams. And for upper elementary girls, they had to run 1 mile. This girl did it in 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and she also got 12th in the championships, and that is Charlie Cole.
We can get a picture with Lulu, sorry, too. Okay, my bad. Okay.
You got it?
Okay.
I got it. Got it.
Okay, and then for middle school girls, they had to run 2 miles. And this person also got 17th in the championships. And she did it in 15 minutes and 13 seconds, and that is Kylie Cole. Okay, now we're going to do boys. So for lower elementary, once again, they ran 3/4 of a mile. And the fastest boy was 5 minutes and 59 seconds, and I don't think he's here, but that's Aiden Reyes. And upper elementary, with a time of 7 minutes for 1 mile, was Isaiah Nutt. I don't think And then for middle school, they ran 2 miles, and this person was 10th in the championships with a time of 12 minutes and 52 seconds, and that was Anthony Fuentes. Okay, so I have an award called Overcoming Adversity, and this goes to someone who just shows a lot of strength despite some struggles they might have. So this person struggled a lot in some of the races with stomach cramps, but I was always impressed that it didn't matter how far back this person was. She kept pushing forward and she would finish that race. And in the end, she had shaved off like 11 minutes from her slowest time to her fastest. So that goes to Allison Luttrell. And I don't think she's here. Okay, then I have 2 coaches awards because I couldn't pick between 2 people. So this goes to people who I see leadership in and who just were consistent. They just were good examples to the rest of the team. So the first one, I was always impressed because he gave his all every single practice and race. I think it's easy for them to give it their all on races, but some of them, when it comes to practice, they don't want to practice. So this one, I was very impressed by that, and that is Isaiah Nutt. And I have one more. This goes to an 8th grader who was always just kind and respectful. And I felt like if you wanted to pick someone who was a good leader, especially for the littles, it would be this person. And he consistently got faster on his times as well, and that is Cooper Larson.
I try to do a good job thanking people for helping out and serving, volunteering. So this is a thank you for Mrs. Smith and Coach Reeves for putting in the time, their own time, to not only coach cross country, but to be a positive influence. So let's give them a round of applause. Picture time with the ladies on either side, and then somebody that knows better how to make them look. All right, thank you very much. Cross country. So next we're going to call girls volleyball. We had so many girls on both the high school and the middle school team. We actually have 2 teams, an A and a B. We'll ask them both to come up. And everybody can stand up here. And so everybody can be honored together. Not everybody is here, but for those that are, this is primarily the A team. All right. Coach Milano.
All right, well, I helped out with volleyball this year with Coach Frazier. Unfortunately, he can't be here tonight, but he's very proud of this championship team that we had this year. And we have awards for both the A team and the B team that I'll be going through here in just a second. So we'll start with the B team. The Most Improved Award for improved play throughout the season goes to Adrielle Jean, who is not here this evening. And next, for the Spiritual Influence Award, which went to a player who was a leader on the court, encouraging, really lifting others up. This goes to Victoria Perazu, who is also not here. Next, we have the Coaches Award, which goes to the player who showed the most willingness to learn and to really learn from practice and from matches. And this goes to Mika Rains. All right, and our MVP for the B team this year for also improved play, but also showing leadership and willingness to play hard goes to Audrey Raymond. All right, moving on to the A team. For the Defensive Player Award, which went to a player who was willing to dive onto the floor for the ball and really go after every play, goes to Kylie Crow. All right, next, our Most Improved Award for a very wonderful job as a setter this year goes to Abby Wood. All right, and our Spiritual Influence Award for being a leader not only to the A team but also to the B team goes to Michaela Fuentes. All right, and for our Coaches Award for improved play and a really nasty serve that helped us in the championship goes to Brittany Dixon. All right, and last but not least, for the MVP of the volleyball squad for continued leadership and amazing play, Grayson Frazier.
Ask captains do this. I wasn't sure how to do that in cross country, but captains, this is for you guys. If you want to say anything, Mr. Milano. Mr. Milano has coached a lot of sports, like a couple other of the teachers. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, next. We're on to basketball next season. So we'll do girls basketball. Many of you that were already up here, come on back up. Where is all the girls? Hey, there's 3 of them. What about it? Yeah, Mr. Milano again.
This is my second year coaching this sport, and we had quite a big turnaround this year. I think we only had a couple players from last year that were still on the team, so a lot of the girls this year were learning the game, and we were growing together as a team, and I'm really proud of how we came from the start of the season to the end. But our first award that I like to give out is the heart, is that they can go up and down the court, they're not giving up on the play, and they're really giving it their all every possession. And this award this year goes to Sienna Fields. Her position and really be an anchor. Our next award is the Spiritual Influence Award, which goes to a player that was encouraging throughout the season and lifted our team up when we were losing, when we were winning, and was a positive role model on the court. And this goes to Genesis Jacinto Ruiz. Our next award is the Coaches Award, and this individual was always asking me after practice, what can I do to improve here? How can I be better in this area? So it was really a no-brainer this year, and the Coaches Award goes to Chloe Vaughn. And our last award, but certainly not least, our MVP award. This goes to an individual who I've had the privilege of coaching for 2 seasons now and continues to be a leader and a very good scorer, defender, all of the above. Goes to Kylie Crow.
Could have just done tennis next and let him stay, but that's not what we're doing. Boys basketball. Boys basketball, come on up. A and B. We had a couple teams. Coach Larson kind of took on a lot. Really appreciate that.
All right, so the boys basketball teams A and B. Exciting year. A number of other gentlemen helped with the coaching. We have Mr. G, Mr. Leche, and Coach Adams. That's not here before. No. And anyways, we had a great time. Spent lots of time playing lots of basketball. So for the B team, we have the Spiritual Influence Award, and I believe that is going to go to someone who's not here, Mr. Noah. And we'll get that to Noah. He's always wanted to have a great attitude, take care of us, and a leader in that way. The most improved goes to someone who is here, and that's Michael Copeland. Definitely excited to see how Michael does this next year. And we have a couple other awards. We have the Defensive Player Award, and that goes to Mr. Andrew Court. If you ever wanted to be locked down, just find Andrew and he'll lock you down. And then we have the offensive player for the B team. Unfortunately, he's not here. He's probably working on his shot, which is fantastic. That's Bradley Young. And the MVP for the B team is the player that really helped to lead the team on and off the court, and that would be Daniel. That's it. And for the varsity, they all had a great year. Came up a little short, but definitely came together and put on a great game. So for the spiritual influence, we have Mr. Isaac Smith. He's always positive, in or out of the game, always encouraging other players to continue to fight. And then we have the most improved, goes to one of our big men down low, Mr. Ben Eisen. All right, the defensive player, which I'm realizing now is a family tradition, and it's Bennett Murphy. And we have Offensive Player Award, and that's Cooper Larson. And the most valuable player, leading us up and down the court, is Anthony Fuentes.
And thank you very much.
Good seeing you guys.
All right, give a round of applause. Okay, we're going to do soccer. Can stay up here. If you played soccer, you don't need to go anywhere. After the picture, of course. Picture first. Picture first. All right, if you played soccer, you don't go anywhere. Thank you very much. For basketball players, you played soccer and you're out there, come up. Are you giving those? So we had one mishap. We're going to give medallions, but they, technically the soccer ones, we don't have them yet. So, apologize guys, I will get you those. So, just yet. You don't have a medallion, we'll give you one, but otherwise put it on your picture. All right, we're going to have a lot of medallions. Sorry about that.
All right, I have the honor and privilege of coaching our middle school soccer team. It has been a pleasure the last 2 years to coach, and it was incredible to see the improvement this year, and just a couple weeks ago, a championship win for our league. And so, let me get out my awards. Not that one. This one. All right, the first award I have is for most improved. And this person has been on the team for the last 2 years and has become a rock in the midfield and playing some of a little bit of everywhere we needed him. And that goes to Luca Mitchell. put it back in my pocket. That wasn't right there. Oh, there we go. We need a couple more medals, Coach Perkins. We need a couple more medals. Make room for them. Make room for them. Okay, for our Spiritual Influence Award, goes to a player that was always positive, whether he was in the game, out of the game, always encouraging his teammates, encouraging the other team also, but I don't see him here, and that goes to Mr. Lewis Melford. And I have 2 coaches awards, and these go to 2 individuals, and I gave them to them for leadership and for 2 different forms. The first one goes to a person who is a vocal leader and was encouraging of all of our younger players, and that goes to Cooper Larson. And our other coaches award for leadership, all these players, when you're in middle school, when you play a soccer game, everyone wants to score goals. Everyone wants to score goals. But on a soccer team, that is not what's needed all the time. And so I talked to someone at the very beginning of the season, and I said, if we are going to be successful, we need someone on the back line that can cover for everybody else, but you may not score any goals. And he gladly accepted, and that goes to Mr. Luke Lavoie. He did a fantastic job. And then the last award goes to our MVP. And this person was a leader. They were a goalie when we needed. They were offense when we needed, defense when we needed, and that goes to Mr. Anthony Fuente. Give it up for your Madison Blue Hawks soccer team.
As I mentioned, many coaches coached a lot of things, but probably nobody more than Coach Smith. So thank you, Coach Smith, very much. Okay, picture. You want a picture? All right, thank you very much. And Mr. Milano came close to as many teams as Coach Smith. They took a lion's share of the coaching. Thank you so much. Mr. Milano, tennis. Tennis is next. If you played tennis, come on up. Had a great season in tennis as well.
Yes, this is most of our tennis squad. I always enjoy coaching tennis because it's more laid back. We have not as big a squad, but we're usually pretty close knit by the end of the season. And we had a good year, playing doubles, singles, mixed doubles. We were able to do it all. And our first award is the Heart and Hustle Award, and this individual tried to run down every ball and was always on both sides of the court, and occasionally that led to him overrunning some balls, but we forgave him for it. And that goes to Michael Copeland. All right, our next award is the Most Improved Award. And this individual, from my understanding, it was his first year playing tennis, and I immediately saw a quick improvement with his forehand. He was putting topspin on it very quickly, and throughout the season I continued to see a lot of growth. All right, this next award is the Spiritual Influence Award, and this individual was one of our best encouragers on the sideline, as well as when she was in the game, and this was also her first year playing, and this goes to Abigail. All right, this next individual is unfortunately not here this evening, but it was his first year playing tennis, and I saw a lot of improvement. He was always asking different ways that he could get better with his game. And this award, the Coach's Award, goes to Jalen Wood. All right, and last but not least, our MVPs. I tried to do 2 MVPs, a boy and a girl, because both are very important to tennis and to our squad. So for this year, our MVP for the boys is Felix Adams. All right, and our MVP for the ladies, Abby Wood. All right, great season, team.
Picture time. I believe it's cross country for Michaela.
The voice. All right. In cross country, your greatest opponent is the voice. The voice inside your head that says, why am I doing this? This is painful and uncomfortable. Why am I even out here? But this makes this sport a character sport, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy coaching it. It's a character sport. One of the goals that we have on the cross-country team every year is for somebody to run a sub-20 5K, which sometimes it takes us all season to get to that point, but usually in the past 5 or 6 years, we've always had at least one runner run a sub-20, and that's an admirable goal to have. Our 2 sub-20 runners this year are Carter Boskind and Andrew Murphy. And my grandson is 3 and he's almost taller than me already. All right, the Most Improved Runner Award. This runner didn't even initially want to do cross country, and it took a little talking him into it. The only reason he did it was because his best friend was running, but he was a fantastic runner and was so close to a sub-20 his first season running, and it was amazing. And so the Most Improved Award goes to Joseph Houston. Joe, I see that your dad wore formal tonight. Nice tuxedo in the back there. That's good. Spiritual Influence Award goes to Edison Garcia. All right. Now, usually in our races, our runners had
Okay, and then we have ladies volleyball. Coach Smith again. And any of the ladies volleyball that are here, we have JV and the varsity team, so everybody that's here, come on up.
All right. It feels like more than a year ago, more than one school year ago, because we have so many things going on. But it was an honor to coach these girls. Some of them, this is the first team that I coached when I came, so I had them for 4 years. So it was a special year for me. They did a great job during the season. And went to Union and did a great job out at Union also at that tournament. And so I have some awards to give them. I wish I could give everyone an award. I don't have quite, but every one of them showed importance to the team. And every one of them improved as the season went. And it was a very fun team to coach. The first award I have, I added an award in there because all of the other normal awards that we give didn't fit. And this award is the Grit Award. The definition of grit is firmness of mind or spirit and unyielding courage. And this person I've had for 4 years now, and I know that any mistake made does not phase and goes at the next play with unyielding courage. And that goes to Miss Emily Jones. The next award I have is for most improved. This person took the leap, and when they took the leap, our team started playing volleyball on a whole new level. At first, she didn't like where she was playing, but when she learned how to play that position, our team became much better for it, and that goes to Miss Alexis Boscon. For the picture. All right. Next goes our Spiritual Influence Award. This person is the positivity never ends, whether it's talking to our team, the other team, the officials, the parents, and it is a joy to coach, and that goes to Miss Chloe Armstrong. I have 2 coaches awards to give. One is for our JV team and one is for our varsity. Our JV is not here, but we'll talk just a second. This person showed some leadership by never giving up. She was bruised after the end of every game, diving after balls, going after everything. That goes to Miss Syra Cassidy. And then our other coaches award for our varsity goes to someone who goes to a senior who showed leadership and tremendous leadership this year and took a huge step forward in that. And our team is better for it. And it is always tough to play volleyball if you don't have a setter. And so she took that role for the last 4 years. It goes to Miss Ireland Crow. And the last award I have for our volleyball team is for our MVP. This person does everything on the court well, and our team is much better. Every time she steps onto the court, she sets an example for everyone in her play, and that goes to Miss Eden Perkins.
Thank you very much.
And for all those in middle school and high school that want to improve, we start on next season. We start next week.
Yeah, we'll have some open gym times, some volleyball, hopefully some basketball too. So throughout the summer, if you're around, we'll let you know when those days are. Hey, this year we had something pretty cool. This year we started, we were in the paper for it. We got some amazing recognition. We had a boys volleyball team. It was like the first in Tennessee for I don't know how long, maybe ever. So boys volleyball, come on up.
First off, let me tell you, I love these guys. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to get to know you and coach a sport that I myself have enjoyed playing for many years. I think you've discovered it's a completely different animal playing organized volleyball versus phys ed pickup games. I hope that you each came away with some new skills and appreciation for the different techniques and positions of indoor sixes volleyball. If nothing else, you learned a solid plyometric warm-up that will burn even the fittest muscles. There was so much more we could have learned and ways to hone our skills, but hey, you guys won every match, so I can't complain. First award, I kind of changed the name of it a little bit. It was the spiritual influence. I changed it to Exemplary Christian Athlete Award. And that's going to go to Andrew Murphy. All right, hold on. Now I got to tell why. So, I've always felt that you can tell the true heart of an individual on the athletic field. The words and actions that come out in the heat of a game are usually raw and unfiltered. Not a single one of these men had a bad attitude or unpleasant words, except for maybe during warm-ups. So I felt that they all represented our academy, their peers, and their parents in a way that we should all be proud of. This award goes to Andrew, though, because I asked him to play a position that was not what he had originally envisioned. I asked him to play middle blocker / middle hitter, which does not get all the hype of a high-flying outside hitter, but I consider it to be really the anchor of the frontline attack and defense. Now, Andrew never said a word about this to me, not being his choice position, but I heard. And I appreciated that he was willing to learn and play with a great attitude, never complaining, showing his true Christian character. Thank you. All right, so then I have a Coach's Award, and this is going to be Ethan Demery. Again, I'm going to tell you why. So, to me, the Coach's Award represents someone that if I wasn't able to show up to practice or to a game, would be willing to step up and fill that role. Ethan was a great leader on the court, able to rally and redirect the team to focus on the task at hand. It was fun watching as he really began to understand the role of the setter and how they guide the team in gameplay. Thank you. My most improved award, looks like he's not here this evening. That's going to go to Sammy Silverio. And it's actually an award that probably would have gone to every single one of these guys. But I chose Sammy. He really seemed to excel. He became kind of my back row specialist. He developed a nice, solid, consistent topspin serve, became a reliable passer, and was able to attack and defend at the net. So for Sammy, that was most improved. And then the last, the MVP, is going to be Andrew Adala. All right. Several of these guys showed up to tryouts with a solid skill set already, and Andrew was one of them. He continued to improve in all positions asked of him, comfortable in the back row as a defensive player, strong in attacking and blocking skills, and his jump serve, always a crowd pleaser, is consistent and formidable. I also need to be sure and thank coaches Perkins and Smith for their guidance and willingness to help me through this learning experience, as it was for me also. And then again, thank you, each of you guys, for this opportunity, and I would love to join you at pickup game anytime.
And Coach, by the way, is an excellent volleyball player. I haven't seen him play. So appreciate him taking on the challenge of starting something new, because this was really, really new. So let's give him a round of applause. Okay, picture time. All right, boys basketball. So if you played basketball, you can just stay up here. If you were out there and you played basketball, come on up. As well as Coach Smith again. Probably should have put a chair on the stage for him.
All right, I have the honor of coaching these fine young men through a lot of games this season, through a tournament in Collegedale, and it was a great season. Some awards to give. I had a couple awards that didn't quite fit, but needed to be honored. And the first one goes, it's hard to play basketball when you can't stretch the floor. and your team needs to be able to stretch the floor and shoot the ball. And this person was our most consistent shooter, so the top shooter award goes to Braden Larson.
Three-point champion!
The next award that didn't quite fit it with the other ones was, this person was everything we needed, and he was different things at different times. And so I called it the glue, because it kind of held us together a lot of times, and he did lots of little things that would go unnoticed. That goes to Mr. Bryce Murphy. Now, our most improved award goes to someone who made the leap and learned how to do all the little things that make a good or great basketball player. And that goes to Mr. Joseph Houston. Our next award goes to for spiritual influence. And this person is so positive and so kind on the court, but he is so frustrating to play against if you don't like sharp elbows. He got lots of flying elbows around, but he is so kind to everybody. And that goes to Mr. Josh Taylor. Especially when you're practicing against him and you're 6 inches shorter than him. All right, the next 2 awards are Coaches Awards. First one goes to a JV player who was always positive, showed great leadership on the JV. Unfortunately, he is not here. It goes to Mr. Carlos Ray. And the other Coaches Award goes for leadership. Our team, at the very beginning of the year, was struggling a little bit. And we talked about communication, and this person stepped up, and every time they went on the floor, they showed communication on the floor, and when they got injured, a lot of other guys always missed him, because he did so many things well for our team. That goes to Mr. Carter Boscombe. And the last award goes for MVP. Now, we had a lot of injuries this year. There were a lot of games I didn't know how many players we were going to have available. And this person, it was almost impossible to take them off the floor at times, because everyone plays better when they were on the floor. And that is a true testament to a great player, is they make everyone else better. And that goes to Andrew Adolph. Give it up for this year's basketball team.
Okay, ladies basketball, come on up. And Coach, thank you.
Coach Lennox is coming, and if we can get Coach Jones up here, they helped us out this year. Give them a round of applause. Okay, so my awards are a little out of order from everybody else, but I always told them that we had to play defense first before we could play offense. So we're going to start with our best defensive player award. This player worked hard all year playing defense for us. She fought for the ball against some of the harder, more aggressive, and taller players on the court. She knew where to be at the right time, and we trusted her to inbound the ball, which is not a job everyone can do. She did all of this with a good attitude and a smile on her face. This goes to Lexi Boskine. This next award is to play basketball. Then the first to Ella Wyatt. She's here. Our most improved award goes to Lizette Adame. She's not here. But she came to us. She had never played basketball before. I didn't even know her name the first night of tryouts. And I talked to her after a practice one night, and she told me that she was trying to find one thing that would be her thing this year, and she chose basketball. And she was actually our only player to be at every single practice this year. So she came a long ways, and I'm really proud of her. I wish she was here, but she's not, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna do my co-MVPs next. I've never done this before, but I just could not choose between these two people. So I'm gonna announce your names and then I'll talk about you. That's gonna go to Chloe Armstrong and Emily Jones. Chloe took on the role of point guard this year. She has one of the hardest jobs because she is expected to protect the ball, bring the ball up the court, remember the plays you learned, and remember where everyone else is supposed to be in the plays. And she did it well. She sees the floor and her teammates and understands the concept of team. She plays with a team-first mentality, and this is a trait I'm so happy to have in a point guard. She encourages her teammates and leads them in such a way that she is still able to be friends with them outside of basketball as well, which is not an easy thing to do. One of my favorite things about Chloe is that if she knocks someone over, she will stop, pick them up, and make sure they're okay before she gets back in the game. She was our leading scorer this year, and I've enjoyed watching her grow this year. Chloe Armstrong. And Emily. This young lady is a force to be reckoned with. A few weeks into the season, I changed up the defense so she could lead our defense. She is easily the most competitive on our team. She was persistent and attacked the ball at all times, and because of this, the rest of the team followed her lead. On offense, she led the team in three-point shots, but I think what she will be most remembered for is her natural instinct to jump out of defense, run up the court, look for a pass from her teammates, usually Chloe, and take the layup. She gave 110% all the time, no matter the score of the game. Her intensity on the court made everyone else a better player. I'm going to miss you next year. One of our captains, Emily Jones. And my last award is a spiritual influence. This individual is a spiritual influence on and off the court. At practice and games, she is usually one of the first to volunteer to pray at team worship. And as the year goes on, I see more and more people willing to pray because I've seen her step up. In the game, she does her job well. She takes her shot when she needs to and turns around and plays aggressive defense, all with a smile on her face and a kind attitude. If she's on the bench, I can hear her behind me cheering on her teammates for their successes. Her attitude and the way she carries herself is not something that can be taught, but it is something that is needed on every team because the others watch, learn, and follow suit. This award goes to Eden Lavoie.
Team picture. Of course, we want to thank Coach Underwood, Coach Jones, Coach Lennox, and we're going to do a picture up here, and I'll give you a nice thank you card. So let's let them have another round of applause, please. All right, thank you very much. Okay, next is soccer, high school soccer. Come on up. And in case you weren't here earlier, we're going to give you a medallion, but just for picture's sake, because the soccer ones, unfortunately, I don't have them yet. So I'll make sure I get you those. Sorry about that. So if you don't have one, we'll put one around your neck so you can take a picture, and then I'll get you the real one.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Feel nervous talking to you. I see a couple of people here that what I know. I say thank you for the parents. Let me enjoy these kids play for me. And this year, soccer team, always I'm very proud of these kids play for me. I'm very happy. Hopefully I see a lot of kids in here play like an 8th grade with me, and now it's almost gone. And go to college. Guys, I'm very proud of everything we did for high school and play for soccer team for me. Okay? The star of the world for the athlete and the year for this soccer team for this year. I know this person is always play hard. Always what I tell him, the way wherever he plays, always put his energy. I don't know where he got more energy what he had. But I'm very proud of everything what he do for the soccer team, and this is Davis Garcia.
Okay. Another word is I got 3 kids. Or the most improved word is Gracie Jennison. I don't know if she's here. Let me say something for her. This is my first year she's playing with me. And she's always, I know she's maybe go around to ask questions. Ask Coach Franklin to the coach. And I said, what do you find out when you play for me? And sir, I have to do laps. Yes, you have to do 20 laps. Well, the one thing I like her, the first time she played, she put everything for the soccer team. I know she sometimes in practice, she got a lot of soccer ball, his body and everything, but she started to, but she keep going to play, you know, and she never give up and she never do. But my goal is she make it 1 goal this year, and I know she did it. Oh, she made it. That's good. Another one is the spiritual influence in the world. I know this person is the first time playing for me, and I know sometimes kids are scared to play for more adult kids. And I know she always asks me questions. Sir, how do I can do this? Sir, what do I need to do this? Sir, every day he asks me questions. Sir, I did this today. I do this good today. Sir, but he never complained for anything. He never complained. He's always in there. He said, now is the chorus of word. Noah Jennison, I don't know if he's here. Noah. Harvey Walker. I got good memory of these 2 kids. And I remember these 2 kids played for me when he got 8th grade. I remember when I took him to Union, and they got in 8th grade, how I was experience with these 2 kids. I love these kids a lot. It's like something fun. Everybody with kids I love here. But I know these kids are very special to me because I took care of them. Little 8th grade play for me, and very proud of them to do something. Let me see. I very miss you guys. Now we go with the MVP. I'm very proud of this guy, this person. I know he do everything for the team. He's worried about the team. He's always asking and telling me, sir, what I need to do for the team. And I know he got a lot of help from Union. I know I have a lot of experience with all these kids in Union, a lot of cramps and can walk in and everything, but it's always put the energy for the team. And that's why I go for the MVP, Edison Garcia. Love everybody.
All right, so all my coaches, I think, like the sports they're coaching, but maybe nobody more than Coach Franklin, who loves soccer. So please give Coach Franklin a round of applause. All right, and one more to go before Athletes of the Year, and we're done for the night. So we have tennis, high school tennis. Coach Lay again. Thank you, sir.
Tennis is one of those lifelong individual sports that you don't have to get a whole team together. You don't have to call a dozen people up to come play. It's just you and a friend get on the courts. One of the reasons I enjoy tennis is it was a stress reliever for me when I was at Andrews. And during finals week, this is my roommate and I, we had this priority list, this is how it goes. And it went like this. During finals week, I have a biology final to study for, I have a history final to study for, I have an English final to study for. I don't know whether I should play tennis or take a nap. And so that's where our priorities were. We passed, but tennis was higher. And so I've had a love for the game for a long time, and I hope that I pass a little bit of that love on to these kids. The first day of practice, one of the drills we did was just indoors in the gym, just, can you hit a ball against the wall 20 times? Can you just make contact? Do you know where the racket is? And this girl could not hit the ball against the wall more than twice. And she would say, Coach, can you help me hit this ball against the wall? And that's where she started. And our first match against Franklin Classical, it was a freezing night. And she won the only match that whole night. And ever since then, she just got better and better and better. And so our most improved award goes to Lexi Boston. He's always positive on the court. There was one match against Dayspring, and I said, you've got to take it easy against this team. Don't make them look so bad. And sometimes when you're playing somebody, it's hard to do that, to lower your ego a little bit. But he was willing to do that for the match, and I appreciated that in him, and it just shows his kind of character. And the Spiritual Influence Award goes to Josh Taylor. But as I understand it, his mom is still a better tennis player than he is.
That's right.
Sorry.
But it doesn't say MVP.
Well, this is getting awkward. Okay. And welcome to the Family Feud. All right. Yeah, let's prove it. Everybody come along. All right. Last year, this player, when she was playing tennis, even in her matches, the ball would go either into the net or out of the court. There wasn't much in between. And so this year, for her to get to the point where she can consistently rally with an opponent and hit a dozen times back and forth, showed how much improvement she made. So the Coaches Award goes to Karen Beltran. That's the first person tonight I was able to put my arm over. Okay. The MVP. He won the championship this year. And our #1 guys player goes to Mr. Braden Larson. And our #1 female MVP player this year goes to Miss Chloe Armstrong. All right, let's give a hand to the 2023 tennis team. And I just want to say, she didn't get an award tonight, but another player that had a hard time with the initial drills that we had, initial play, all of a sudden, one match, it just came together. She was hitting top spin and hitting it solid, and then it goes to Haley Ford. Don't give her a hard time.
I'm breaking into the evening's events to say a huge thank you to all the individuals who volunteered to make this program happen. We could not run an athletic program if we didn't have all the volunteers. So if you coached a team, please stand. If you drove a vehicle to stand and cheer on the sidelines, please stand. If you cooked a hot dog or flipped a quesadilla to make money for this team, please stand. We thank you, you too, Finley. Right down here. Guys, thank you. Cindy Bostrom, you're not standing. Gilbert, you drove here. Guys, we really appreciate it. The Mitchells are not standing, but I didn't say beat a drum and shake a tambourine. I forgot to say that. Yes. We appreciate it. Like, we could not run this program if we didn't have you. We are so very, very grateful. We've thanked a lot of coaches tonight, but we need to say a huge thank you to the Perkins for their dedication. Very quickly, and hug this guy. The sacrifice of time and energy that they give of their own family to love on your children. We are so very grateful to both of you. There's more. Stay tuned.
I saw Coach G earlier, in case you haven't heard. He's going to become the new principal at this school. And of course, our administrator, Mrs. Fuentes. I mean, this is not possible, even though she recognized me, without administration support. So please give it up for them. All right, the final 2 awards, basically I get to decide. However, there is a process, right? They need to play every season. I look at the awards they got, I look at the history of times that they've played. The female athlete of the year, pretty simple for me because of how many sports they played and how many awards they got. And so I will ask the girls to bring up the female athlete of the year. which is Chloe Armstrong. Hey, I want to share a story with you, and even though if I wouldn't have had this story, she still would have been half of the year. But literally, a coach of another school came up to me and told me that after watching Chloe play, now this team actually beat us, but they would refer to Chloe on their team about how to act on their court. So that's the influence she makes. Men's Athlete of the Year was Carter Boston. Something about Carter as well. Coach Smith said a lot, but not only this year was he rock solid, and the year that I was here prior, noticed that myself, but I've learned from the history he's played every year he's been here, and so it was also a pretty easy decision for Carter and Chloe. So one more time, round of applause. And that concludes our evening. Thank you very much. Please share with any friends if they're missing something because they missed our awards night to come and see me. Thank you very much. Safe drive home.